Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing you some more daily NBA news and updates. Guess what? We got a few things to talk about today, like always. So, let's just get right into it. After a quick word from this video sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the app that is a must-have for NBA fans who enjoy or want to go see games live. They let you see the view from the seat before you purchase, as well as rank the seats on a scale from 1 to 100 to make sure that you are getting the absolute best deal. Speaking of best deal, you can enter the promo code SDC to receive $20 off your first order to make it an even better deal. Download the app in the description box below. But now with that out the way, Lego. Battle of the Smiths. JR versus Stephen A. So Stephen A. Smith was talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday and how they keep changing up their starting lineups. They're on their 4th starting lineup in 6 games. And the topic of D Wade offering to come off the bench came up. That topic came up. Stephen A. Smith was praising Dwayne Wade for his sacrifice and his humbleness to accept a role off the bench for the better of the team.
There are not too many human beings as a professional athlete that I know that are better than Dwayne Wade. He's a real good dude, a real team player. And if he believes for 1 second that him being in the starting lineup is going to be counterproductive to J.R. Smith, I said you don't have to worry about a controversy, because D Wade will turn around and go to the bench.
And then Stephen A. Smith turned right around and bashed J.R. Smith for complaining about coming off the bench before the season started.
And in game 1, when they played against Boston, J.R. Smith was sitting on that bench in the 4th quarter with a hoodie on.
After that, he then went on to say how J.R. Smith wearing a hoodie was reminding people of Trayvon Martin and that that's not a good thing or something.
I don't know why the hell Nike made these damn uniforms that have hoods attached to it, by the way. You got a lot of those white folks in the audience that's going to think this is Trayvon Martin being revisited. And I'm not joking about it.
He then follows that up by saying that he has no problem with hoodies and doesn't think people should be stereotyped for wearing hoodies.
I have no problem with hoodies. People shouldn't be stereotyped and stigmatized for wearing hoodies.
Which is kind of ironic because he literally just kind of stereotyped J.R. Smith for wearing a hoodie. I also don't understand what the big deal about players wearing hoodies on the benches. I mean, it's a hoodie. After he moved on from his little hoodie rant, he then moved back to his main point of J.R. Smith not being as classy of a teammate as Dwayne Wade.
Psychologically, he can't deal with the relegation to the degree that Dwayne Wade can deal with it. Dwayne Wade is 35. Dwayne Wade's best days are behind him, but he can still ball. He's a man and he's mature enough to handle it and still be effective for the team moving forward without having to start.
I'll have the full rant video linked down below if you want to go check it out. The 20,000 people who already saw it, though, clearly weren't the biggest fans of what Stephen A. Smith had to say. And neither was J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith yesterday went on a rant about Stephen A. Smith on Twitter. This man is always reaching. What does me wearing my hoodie on the bench have to do anything with reminding white people of Trayvon? 1, they shouldn't forget about him. And 2, how does me out of all 450 plus NBA players, like, seriously, keep my name out your mouth? You want to talk about me not playing, that's fine, but don't try and put me in something I have nothing to do with. And I'm not the only one. Show been trash since Skip left anyway. It is kind of weird that Stephen A. Smith singled out J.R. Smith for wearing hoodies, like J.R. Smith is the only player wearing the hoodies on the bench when he's clearly not. And this whole rant in general by Stephen A. Smith was just a massive capitalized, italicized, underscore, bold print, size 72 Times New Roman font L. He was wrong in his whole assessment of the J.R. Smith situation coming off the bench. He was right about Dwayne Wade doing the right thing by going to the bench, but that's about the only thing he was right on in this rant. And then the whole hoodie thing was just absolutely ridiculous. Most of what he was saying was just
blasphemous.
JR kind of won this one by default. The Lakers haven't had the best start to the season so far. Between LeVar Ball and Magic Johnson hyping this team up to infinity and beyond over the offseason, there were a few people who actually bought into that and maybe expected the Lakers to actually make the playoffs out west this year. So yeah, some people are probably a bit disappointed in the Lakers so far. After their loss to the Utah Jazz yesterday, they are now 2-4 on the year. They still have plenty of time to turn things around, but You can clearly tell by watching this team, they have a lot to figure out, and it's going to take some time for them to figure everything out. And I think Lonzo Ball knows this too, and he kind of released a tweet talking about it after yesterday's game. If you're not with us now, don't be with us later. We gonna figure it out. Some people drew comparisons from Lonzo's tweet to Stephen Curry's tweet that he released in his rookie year back in 2009. Promise to all the Warriors fans, we will figure this thing out. If it's the last thing we do, we will figure it out. Now, yeah, those are pretty similar tweets. And if it shows us anything, it's that this is going to be a long process for the Los Angeles Lakers. Even though Lonzo said they will figure things out, do not expect an immediate fix here. Things like this take time. I know some of you Lakers fans out there just really hate waiting. You want to be great, and you want to be great now. Either like Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, all these great young players. This is our time. It ain't your time yet. You can't expect a team with a rookie Lonzo Ball, a rookie Kyle Kuzma, and a second-year Brandon Ingram to be making big waves in the NBA, let alone in the loaded Western Conference. Curry released that tweet back in 2009. The Warriors didn't win their first championship till 2015, 6 years later. And even then, Curry missed the playoffs the first 3 years of his career, so it is kind of unreasonable to expect Lonzo to be able to carry the Lakers to the playoffs in his first year in the NBA. It might take a couple of years for that to happen, and then to win a championship, if they ever are going to win a championship, it's going to take at least another 5 years. You just gotta be patient with these young teams. Speaking of Lonzo Ball though, I think this would maybe help change the minds of some people who don't like Lonzo because of his father, LeVar. After the Lakers lost yesterday, Lonzo Ball accepted full responsibility for the loss, saying that had he not made 2 dumb plays, that the Lakers would have had a chance to win that game.
Luke was talking about how he had that putback dunk followed by the 3, and that said he stressed to you guys how one play can kind of change the momentum of a game. What did you see on that?
Yeah, that was my fault. You know, put this loss on me. If you think about it, that kind of changed the whole course of the game. We was coming back, you know, 2 dumb plays by me, and they got up.
Why were those your fault?
I should have boxed him out. Could have boxed him out, and then I threw the turnover.
The Lakers were down 6 when Lonzo failed to box out Donovan Mitchell for the highlight putback. After that, down 8. Then the next play, Lonzo Ball turns the ball over, which results in a Mitchell 3. Bang! Down 11. Had Lonzo boxed out and not turned the ball over, it could have been a 4 or even a 3-point game if the Lakers would have scored, which would have given them a huge momentum boost. It's really crazy to think how 2 little plays could change the tide of the game so much. 2 plays are the difference from being down 3 and being down 11. And it's good to see that Lonzo Ball was willing to accept responsibility for his mistakes. He accepted responsibility, said he's going to learn from it, and just move on. There's still a lot of games left to play in the season.
We're trying to find our identity still. You know, we're trying to run, but you know, some of the possessions are getting caught in half court, and then we're just standing. So this comes with practice. You know, we got to figure it out in practice and translate it to the game.
A lot of threes missed the last couple of games too. Can that change quickly?
Yeah, you know, it's a long season. You know, we just started. Like I said, you know, as long as defense, that's the priority right now.
You hit some threes tonight. What do you think about your game right now?
Definitely can, you know, improve a lot. I think I had 9 points, 4 assists, something like that. It's not enough. We're not going to win like that.
What are you hoping to hit next game?
Hey man, whatever. I got to come out more aggressive and give my teammates more involved.
If he really is going to be the leader of the Lakers, that's something that you want your leader to have. Be able to accept responsibility, but not get stuck in the past. Be able to move on and look forward to the next game. Question of the daytime. What do you guys think about this whole J.R. Smith, Stephen A. Smith situation? Let me know down in the comment section below. But now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, I asked you guys what on earth you think happened to the Oklahoma City Thunder's plane, and here's what you said. Question of the day. They hit the edge of Kyrie's flat earth. Question of the day. I think Big Bird from Sesame Street hit it. Question of the day. I think one of Andre Roberson's bricks hit the front of OKC's plane. At first, I thought the Andre Roberson one was probably the most realistic until I saw a reply to that comment that made me think, yeah, that actually isn't possible. What makes you think he'd even hit the plane? Good point. That's gonna do it for today though, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. And I guess until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace. And it's good to see that Lonzo Ball was willing to, oh my goodness.